What's up, everybody? This is G-Dub. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. God still blessed me with life on this earth, and praise and glory be given to Him. This video is a little lighthearted. It's funny situations that I've kind of gone through that I felt would be good to share. What inspired this was a few nights ago. I saw something funny that involved with the Waymo. But before I get to that story, there's another story I'd like to share about how interesting Waymo is. So, first story. I was working at Circle K, somewhere like southeast of downtown Phoenix, and I was working a couple of shifts that I picked up in Shift Smart. Which, by the way, do not do Shift Smart. But wherever you do, avoid Shift Smart at all costs. It's not what you think. But anyways, so the shift I was working pertained me cleaning the gas pumps and cleaning up the parking lot. So as I was cleaning the parking lot, I noticed some police officers were blaring their horns because they were leading a funeral procession. And out of respect, I took my hat off and bowed my heart, and respect for the passing of the individual and their family and their friends. And as I'm standing there, head over my heart, as the cars were going by, I noticed there was a Waymo that all of a sudden drove right in the middle of the funeral procession. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, either Waymo doesn't care about funeral processions, or someone that was there amongst the family and friends were despised enough by said members that they ordered them a Waymo to go where they were heading to. So that I thought was interesting and kind of funny at the same time. But the next story in regards to the Waymo was here at the property I live at. There's like an entrance and exit in the parking lot here, at the main entrance, and people order Waymos here and they get dropped off, and the Waymos, after they're done, finalizing the ride, they sit for a moment, process the next ride, and go to that next destination. So after the Waymo dropped off a couple of people here, it went up to exit, but it got I guess it was processing a new order, a new ride, and there was a person behind it that was waiting for a moment, and they grew very impatient and started honking at the Waymo. And I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, they're honking at a robot. I don't think the Waymo's got to understand to get out of the way because it is processing the next ride. And so the person grew so impatient they actually backed up and went out the entrance, being mad at the Waymo. I'm like, you're mad at a robot. And for some reason, it reminded me of the times I worked at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And my home park I worked at was the Epcot Center. And the section at Epcot I worked at was the World Showcase Plaza, which had all the different country pavilions around the layout. And mind you, it is I want to say it's like a 2.5 mile circle. So it's very hard to get lost, because wherever you start, if you walk all the way around, you'll eventually end up where you started. But I still had guests coming up asking me, we're lost. We don't know where to go, or we're trying to get here. And my first, to be respectful at times, was, well, where'd you come from, and where are you trying to go? What are you trying to get to? But this one particular family I came across that came up to me, we're looking for the Canadian Pavilion. Now, the spot in the World Showcase Plaza I worked at was in the two gift shops right there at the entrance into the area. So, at that point, the first country to the left is Mexico, and the first country to the right is Canada. You can literally see the Canadian flag from where we were standing. And they were asking me, how do we get to Canada? After they asked me, I was trying to be subtle and just like, look at the flag and see if they follow my eyes, and they weren't getting it. Mind you, these people are from Georgia. And so I'm like, okay, they're not following my eyes. Let's see how intelligent they are. So I had a little fun with them. What I told them was, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to get on the boat here. You're going to go across the lagoon, get off at the American Adventure, then you're going to hit Japan. Then you're going to hit Morocco. Then you're going to hit France. You're going to pass by the International Gateway. You're going to go through United Kingdom, and then you'll end up at Canada. And I'm literally pointing at Canada when I said it, and I'm like, and they looked where I was pointing. They saw what I was pointing at, and then guess what they did? Yeah, they got on the boat. They literally got on the boat after seeing me point at Canada. Again, you could see the Canadian flag from where we were standing at. And so after they got on the boat, my manager, she was within earshot of all of this, and she was trying to keep it together from losing it. And after the family walked away, she's like, Gerald, come here. I'm like, what? She's like, you know what? I heard everything. I'm like, was I wrong? I mean, my curiosity is how they got here. If they can't manage a 2.5 mile circle where the starting point is literally within eyesight, what can I do with it? So at that point, my manager, she goes ahead and tells me, I'm going to move you for backstock because it would be less of a chance of you interacting with guests. I'm like, oh, come on, this is fun for me. So, yeah, that was one of the moments, or one of the many, many funny moments I dealt with working at Disney World. And another moment was when I picked up extra hours at Magic Kingdom. I was working at the stroller rental motorized cart section of the park. Is right there at the main gateway into Magic Kingdom. It's right there off to the side. And then hearing the question that was asked me, I thought it was going to be a fluke, because it is that, I don't know, but I mean, I understand that people ask things to make sure, but the way they ask it just kind of took me by surprise. And the question was, what time is the 3 o'clock parade start? Huh? I assume it is starting at 3. Because it is the 3 o'clock parade. I was asked that 14 times that day. And I only worked 4.5 hours. Ugh, talk about building patience and endurance through all moments and trials.